How about those Trailblazers last night in Orlando, Florida? 20-point win?
Shut up about the sun. Shut up about the sun.
Magic didn't even score 80.
No, they didn't.
Paolo Banchero, one of his worst games of his career.
We're dominant defensively. We're destined for the playoffs.
Oh,
Look,
man.
I've always said in a year with a deep, talented NBA draft, if you could be the 10 seed in a play-in situation, you take that opportunity to be the 10 seed. I have always said that.
You know how far we are from the play-in?
I have always said that. How far are we from the play-in? How many games out are we?
We're 7.5 games.
Okay, we're right there. The way we're playing
The
right now, we'll be there in a
2
month and a
weeks.
half.
They're going to shut
So
half
why
these
are they
guys down.
5-point underdogs to the crappy Hornets tonight?
Because this is the easiest bounce-back lose spot of all time. And, my back hurts. I was carrying
That's
the
okay.
team yesterday.
Put Scoot right back in the starting lineup.
Well, he needs to not foul out. Now, here's my conspiracy theory. Okay,
What do you got?
Because
What
he
are you
got in
cooking up
foul
over
trouble
there?
early, okay?
He did get in
You
foul
think that
trouble.
was? You think he's
Coming
playing
off the
9
bench.
games with Chauncey and go bench me Watch.
After the best
Bring me
10-game
off the
stretch of
bench?
his career.
No,
I'm going to be a hacking machine.
Yeah.
Look, I can't defend how they use the starting lineups. Chauncey Billups is kind of an irrelevant topic to me because he's not going to be the coach, and everybody, including in the organization, and Chauncey himself, knows it, okay? I don't know what the point of talking about it is.
I mean, he's not developing the young guys. That's the point. You're
Well-
missing the whole mark of the entire season, which was the only goal of this year to develop
Right.
your young guys.
But they decided to bring him back, not me.
I'm not angry at you.
But you're yelling at me.
I'm not angry at you.
It's not my fault
I'm
that
mad
he
at my
went,
dad.
Orlando's kind of tall and lanky. I'm going to start 2, Jeremy, Denny, and Rob
Look
with
at this.
Ant.
Isn't this so fun? We're winning games again, guys. This is so fun.
Okay.
I can't wait for the NBA draft lottery night when we end up with the 13th pick.
You know what's funny?
We
is-
take a third-rate point guard because we
love
brought our other
Spicy
point guard
Friday.
off the
Spicy
bench.
Friday's great.
Even though it's only his second year in the NBA, we don't fully know what we have in him yet. Let's take another one.
Somebody hit us up yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and or they hit me up on the Blue Sky
Yeah, what'd they tell you?
and said, I couldn't help but laugh at the end of this game hearing Dirt's voice about Scoot not playing.
I mean, what are we doing?
Okay,
What are we doing?
here's my dark web theory.
Okay, cook it up.
In no way is this
Deep in the
true.
weeds. Deep in the woods.
weeds. I mean, I've got tinfoil on my head. I'm asking if you were followed when you get to my door. The theory is Orlando needs a player like Anthony Simons. If you didn't know that prior to last night's game, it is abundantly clear. They don't have an offensive shot creator outside of Paolo
No, they don't.
and
he
not,
was terrible
not Mo,
last
but
night.
Franz.
Yeah.
Like Franz hurt. Paolo been hurt most of the year. Okay, and Anthony Simons kind of makes sense for them.
Yes, he does.
Anthony Simons' hometown also is Orlando. So Scoot, looking at his situation, said, I figured this game out. How do I get more minutes? I'm going to take a dive. Scoot Henderson, foul out, get 6 fouls. If he fouls out, guess who has to play a lot? Guess who showcases themselves? Guess who looks good in front of the home crowd and the team? Anthony Simons. Scoot Henderson just got us, Anthony Simons, traded
that's what
to
he
the
did,
Orlando
huh?
Magic. He's not
That's
only
what he did, huh?
dishing to his guys and creating ball movement, he's also creating player movement. Get out of here, Ant. Good luck in Orlando. You look great last night.
Look, I
That is
love
next level right there.
Next
Well
level.
done.
He's playing chess.
Now
Next
I know why
level
you're
dots are
tired.
getting
You were
connected.
up all night
He
working
was.
on that.
Yeah.
He had his
Yes.
big board with strings that were getting dragged to Orlando and to Portland and
I'm
somehow
Charlie
connecting.
Day. Listen to me. Here's my theory.
Here's
Why
how
not?
it all went down. This is why it all happened. Look, if this ends up being a showcase game and Anthony Simons and some of these other bros are traded before the deadline, I'm okay with it. If not, it's just another example of an incompetent organization that has no direction or no purpose in life. There's no goal. We're not trying to do anything. So I have to give you credit for this, okay? I thought said it literally perfectly in text the other day. We were texting about, I can't remember what game, a couple of games ago. We were texting back and forth about the game. And you said that this team, they just show up every night and hoop and just see what happens.
I mean, yeah.
And that's just like, there's no overarching strategy. There's no grand plan. There's no, okay, maybe at the start of the year, let's do this. Let's change our lineup to this. Let's move this guy out of it. Like, there's no overarching goal here. It's just Show up and see what happens.
I mean, last night he kind of had a plan. He had a plan to be long in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
He went with tall guys.
Yeah, let's move our top 10 pick to the bench after the best 10-game stretch of his career. That's how you really foster
Well, they already
development.
moved the other top 10 pick to the bench.
He did, so why not do both of them, right? I mean, well, who wants to build around guys that you're tanking for and going through these bad seasons to take in the top 10? Why would we want them to be in the starting lineup to get minutes and play?
Shane's not ready, though.
No,
He
he's
needs
not.
24 minutes.
He's not playing any
He's not
defense.
ready.
Anthony Simons has been here a decade and played a second of defense his entire career, but he's never been benched. We've never asked him to come off the bench. Why don't we bring his ass off the bench and start scooting shaded? There is no overarching strategy. If these guys get dealt, then fine. We can go back to the January 24th show and say, hey, Sprague, remember when you said this was a showcase game for those guys? Look at that. You ended up being right. I'm glad we showcased them in order to trade them. If they are still on the roster after the trade deadline,
Yeah, no flowers for you.
I just am going to I'm going to
For
lose.
me, I'm not the general manager. What are you looking at me for?
I'm going to
I'd have
lose
traded him in the summer.
my effing mind, man. I'm going to lose my mind.
The minute Anthony Simons said out loud after the season was over, I want to win, I'd have been like, hey, Ant, come to my office. Let's have a conversation.
Let's get a deal done. Where do you want to go?
Where do you want to go?
Because I
would
trade
call
guys wherever you want to go without, minding what the offer in
Unless
return
you're
is.
one of the greatest players in the organization's history.
Then
it's
screw you. We're
go
not
F
sending
yourself.
you.
Go
you're
to
not
Milwaukee.
Going to Miami. You bitch. You can't do that.
Rob Will looked good.
He did.
Get 4 blocks, 12 boards.
Yeah,
Can he do that in like 5, 6, 7 consecutive games?
Can you do that
That's-
for another team after the trade deadline?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to trade Rob Will?
I absolutely want to trade Robert Williams.
I'd rather trade DA.
I want to trade DA too. I
think
don't think
Robert
there's a
Williams
market
is
for
more
him.
Tradable.
Yeah, well.
What market is there for DeAndre Ayton right now?
A losing one?
Who's lining up to sign up for the rest of that contract?
I think
For
the
a guy
only
that shows
contract
no
we
effort.
could get is Bradley Beal's contract.
You want that deal on
and
your
he ain't
books?
going back to Phoenix, so
Beal's not signing off on his no trade to come here. You kidding me?
It's a
No
weird
chance.
feeling like this conversation. They won by 22, and defensively they looked amazing.
That's great.
Tamani was good.
He
How about
was.
Jabari? Jabari had what?
Great.
8 steals?
yes.
6 steals? 6 steals.
6 steals.
Denny's, doing his thing.
Yeah, since Avdia got benched, he has figured something out.
Well, he was in the starting lineup last night.
Well, I know, but like when he initially got
At the start of the year.
yeah.
taken out of the
Yeah.
starting lineup, said go on the bench,
Good
calm
six-man.
down, quit worrying about everything, and just hoop.
Yes.
And now he's got it.
There were some good things last night.
A lot
I mean,
of good things.
We're doing the same exact thing that we have done 3 years in a row.
I would argue
now.
we're doing it worse.
we are doing
We are
it
The
doing
year
it
we need the
worse.
draft
We're doing
pick the
it
most is the year we're actually
this year.
winning a little too much.
that we have too many veterans on our team and we're winning. We've won 3 games in a row.
Now,
For the second time this year, we've won 3 games in a row.
they didn't win.
You know what the Blazers are?
I think Sean Hyken had it last night. I don't know if they've won 3 games in a row in like 2 years
Probably not.
or a season.
Probably not. This is the second time it's happened this year. As a fat who every once in a while tricks myself into thinking, hey, I can get into shape.
Fake fat.
I should go diet. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to eat healthy, right? The one thing that everybody knows about working out and eating healthy and trying to get into shape is what? It takes consistency. It takes a plan.
Yes.
It takes a long-term vision in order to get there.
Yes, what are
and
you going to do
cannot
when you
skip-
have like back-to-back birthday parties? and
Exactly. Or it's a
whatever?
football Sunday and I want to eat
Exactly.
wings all day and pound a couple of beers, right? Like that. We all know that. The Blazers are me trying to lose weight. They do the right thing for like a week and a half, and then it's like walking through the cupboard like, hey, it's a bag of chips. I'm just gonna have a couple of chips. Give me a couple of chips. Next thing you know, the entire bag's gone. It's like, well, I just ate a bag of chips, so I might as well not work out today. There goes my long-term plan. Let's move our rookies to the bench and start all our veterans and win our 3rd game in a row.
I would say that's why you're fat. If you eat the chips and then say, well, I'm not going to work out today.
I might as well. That
Chips.
ship's already sailed. I just had a bag of chips. Might as well keep going on this run.
Yeah, but maybe you could cancel the chips out with the workout and at least be a neutral for the day.
I'm
You know
just
what I
going to say, I
mean?
might as well add a couple of Oreos on top of it. Let's go beat Orlando by 22 points. This sounds delightful.
Oh, we're having tomahawks for dinner too.
Can I just ask you very quickly?
God, I love tomahawks.
They won the game, and like we get it, the draft stuff. I am also asking you sincerely.
Yeah.
How do you beat a team that shoots 24% from 3 and 32% from the field? Like,
Yeah, that's
they,
one
they
that
were
they
good
just-
defensively, but also Orlando
Couldn't make a shot.
could not make a shot.
Yeah.
79 points, Dirt, is
Pathetic in the NBA.
In the
modern
NBA?
The modern NBA.
that's bad. Even if Chauncey would have played Dwop, Delano, Mania.
Let's try Bryce
Murray.
McGowens. Who the hell's that? Can we put his ass in the starting lineup?
McGowan's. If he would have played those 5, I still don't know if they would have lost.
Brought Ryan Rupert back from the G League. Put his ass in the starting lineup.
Because Delano Banton might be able to score 79 on his own if he's given the full 40 minutes.
Oh, he'll take 146 shots.
So-
that much I know.
I'm just saying, like, last night was also a combo of they did play well
definitely
defensively,
was, yeah.
but also the Magic couldn't buy a bucket.
Look, sometimes you're just going to luck your way into a win, despite how incompetent you are.
that's
And
a lucky win.
last night was one of those of like when your best player on the other team's going 1 of 14 from the floor and they shoot. What do they shoot as a team? 34%.
34 from the field, 24 from
Horrible.
3,
You're-
67 from the free throw.
Your starting lineup
Lots of
be damned.
Shaqs out there.
You would have won the game no matter who was in the starting lineup. It's more about just the overall like.
Your overall point.
My overall point is we're doing it again.
Why did we change the starting lineup?
Why? Because we needed to beat Orlando to have more length in the lineup when the whole idea should be how do we develop our guys and give our guys the most minutes possible. I made the joke a couple of weeks ago on the show, and I will stand by it, and I'm going to do it again this year. I will never forget the year that Portland won 4 meaningless games before the All-Star break, and the year Victor Wembanyama was in the draft. They won 4 games, and Blazer fans got upset with me, and they said, "Oh, Derek, you're such a thief of joy. Stop being such a negative Nancy." It's like these games literally don't matter. That was 3 years ago. Do you remember who they beat? Does anybody remember anything about those
Memphis
games?
and Milwaukee were 2 of those wins because
Look at you.
Landely
Look at you
won those
clinging
games.
to
It was
those
awesome.
few and far between wins. They were literally meaningless in the grand scheme of things. You know what would have changed the landscape of the organization?
It's real to me, damn it.
A 7'7" freak who can dribble and drive and shoot from all over the
Did
floor.
You see him in franchise?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I did.
Oh my
That was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
so good.
You know what takes? You know what it takes to win in the NBA? Stars and building around stars. How many do we have on our team right now?
0.
Yeah, that's right. So maybe getting a better draft position to get one of those guys would be helpful to get us back out of this crap sandwich we've been eating for 4 years.
What year is Jeremy Granton in his career?
9.
What year is Robert Williams in his career? Anthony Simons.
Ants, what,
Basically a
5?
decade.
Tamani's like the only one Chauncey will never do anything with. He could go 0 for 12 for 3
Does
straight
not
games.
matter.
And
There's-
Tamani Kamara will play every game.
I would argue Anthony Simons did that too because he's had some
yeah.
absolute duds and we never even contemplate moving his ass to the bench.
Well,
But
or out of
Shaden
the
Sharp,
city.
Shaden Sharp doesn't play defense for a couple of games. Oh, got to put him down there.
Well, you'll remember this conversation. You're going to circle back on February 7th, and you're going to say, "Thank you, Scoot." That's going to be our chant.
Thank
you, Scoot.
For fouling out of that
Thank
game.
you, Scoot.
And only played 32 minutes, but thank you, Scoot.
Well, that's because they were up by 20 plus the whole game. Magic suck.